team. So I was looking at comparisons between Javre Green and Donovan Mitchell. And so I was watching every single one of Donovan Mitchell's three-pointers. And what he does on basically anyone that wasn't kicked out to him for a wide-open three is they run their big man to set screens back and forth every single time. He is at the top of the key, and he sets a screen, and he goes one way, and then he sets another screen on the other side and goes the other way until he finally gets open, and then eventually the guy rolls to the basket. And that's something that we did with Tanner and Brady, and eventually we should be able to do it with Roby. And that's a really strong play. When you have, especially Glenn, who has been shooting really well from three, and then even Palmer, who has been less efficient, but it's just basically a pick and roll, but you keep picking until you actually get the guy out so we can't just switch really easily. And I think that's a really good thing to have in our offense. What do you think about the sets that we ran? I mean, we've been running, Miles said that he wants to run more sets, and do you think they're working?
He loves his sets. I mean, I think they worked. They definitely worked like this last game. So I'd say keep running them. I guess it creates open shots, and that also helps like keep it away from just Palmer, like just open court driving. I guess if you're even running a play for him, it's different than just him like 4 out, 1 in, or 5 out, and him just trying to drive in against 3 guys.
Yeah, like I said, it helps Roby when he runs those. It also helps Thomas Allen when, I guess it helps the guy get shots when you're running the play for that guy, obviously. But
it helps the people that need to be more aggressive that aren't aggressive enough.
Or just the guys who aren't naturally good on their own, but they can be put into situations. That's why NBA guys are elite at one thing, because, for example, JJ Redick, he can't play defense, really. He can't dribble that well. He's not a great passer, but he can shoot. So what do? They run plays for him so that he can go do that. The same with Thomas Allen. He's not going to take guys off the dribble. He's going to get swatted just like he did in the last game if he tries to do that. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to get open threes as long as we run plays for him and get him the ball in that situation. And it also, when you run those plays, those guys are going so hard trying to guard him because they know the play is for Allen that they leave other people, and it really gets... You have to set a bunch of screens to do that, and somebody ends up getting messed up oftentimes when you're doing that. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it, but if it sounds like we were on a plane for the last few minutes, we had our washing machine on near us, so sorry about that. So going on to Missouri State, who we will be playing in the college basketball, CBE tip-off classic or something like that. It's our tournament this year. We already started that with Mississippi Valley State, and that was a home part of that tournament. But we will now play Missouri State and either USC or Texas Tech on Monday and Tuesday in Kansas City. So those are our next 2 games. Missouri State is a surprisingly pretty good team. They're at 168 in KenPom, which isn't great, but it won't be an RPI killer for us. They are a pretty experienced team. They start, or at least are led in scoring by 2 seniors, and 2 juniors, and a freshman. They have, their leading scorer is a 6'3" guard who's a senior. He's averaging 18.7 points per game. He's number 11, Jared Dixon. Their second leading scorer is he's 6'5" guard who is number 1, Kien Cook, and he's averaging 17.3 points per game and 8 rebounds per game, so pretty good. This team doesn't tend to get a lot of assists, and they don't tend to take a lot of threes. They only have attempted 53 threes and made 17 of them, which is 32%. We've taken, that's in 3 games. We've played 3 games. We've taken over 80. So that's not too many. They only shoot a 66% from free throws. So if we are down, hopefully not in the end of the game, might be fouling them and doing well. They've averaged 80 points a game and have had 60 points scored against them per game. But they certainly haven't played very great teams, all of them worse than them, and they've handled them pretty well, but nothing special too much. Another personnel point is their freshman is 6'10". He's averaging 9 points per game and 4 rebounds, and so that'll be their big guy. They have another 6'8" guy who's one of their seniors, but maybe he'll be a good defensive player, probably similar skill level to somebody like Brady, since that's a worse team. But hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of him. We might be able to kind of go at him, especially with our taller guys, and get him in foul trouble just because he hasn't, I'm sure, seen skill levels like us before, unless he's played some good AAU stuff, and we might be able to take advantage of him, get him off the court. So, Jake, we have our HHCC predictions to make. The last game, we were both a little off because we won by more than expected. So I guess the question today is, will we finally put the Huskers up really big, or will we keep thinking they're going to fall down to earth and not win by 30 points or so?
I'm going to go semi-bold, 87-66.
87-66.
It's not really that bold.
Yeah, that's
kind of average.
21 point difference? So I thought maybe in the 60s, but now when I think about it, our defense has been so good. I'm going to go with 80-55. I think we're going to struggle to shoot a little bit because we're on the road, and that's one thing that we didn't talk about, but this team, or Miles' teams of the past, and basically this is the same team as last year, they did not play well on the road last year. We went 17-1 at home, which means we lost, we were 5-8 or something like that, 5-9 on the road. We kind of sucked on the road. So that'll be a big test, especially in that second game, if we can hopefully win the first one. But yeah, 80-55, because our defense is just awesome right now, and even Seton Hall only scored 57. So that's what I have. So thanks, guys, for hopping on. We're maybe going to do one, I guess, after Monday or Tuesday, and hopefully we get some more wins, the first road wins. This is still a huge test for us, like I said. So good luck to the Huskers.